Welcome back into the Jazz Fan Show. Kelby, we were discussing some of the players that were part of the organization last year and running into them again this year.
Yeah.
Who are you looking forward to most? I mean, we've already had a couple come through.
Yeah.
But are you looking forward to somebody, having them come back, to Utah or us seeing them?
I mean, you got to go Derrick Favors, right? I miss him, Obviously, I miss the guy. He kind of died for the Jazz success, right?
He really did. And when you see him drop in 20 points and 20-plus rebounds on the Clippers,
right,
that just warms your heart.
His dunk sealed that game. The Pelicans beat the Clippers this week, and Derrick Favors was kind of the hero there, right?
Yeah, I really want to see him be successful. I don't know anyone that at least we run into that didn't love Derrick Favors.
Yeah. In fact, I feel like all I see online is people like, oh, I miss him so much. I even hear people talking about trying to get him back. Like, is there any way that they're going to buy him out this year? Is there any way we get Derrick Favors back? And that's an awesome idea. In fact, I would love to have Derrick Favors instead of Joakim Noah. But if we're being realistic here, I don't know that there's any way that he can come back. I'm sorry. We kind of need to let it go. But it's good to see him having some success, especially after he wasn't really playing that much for the team in the early season, right?
Yeah, a lot can happen, and hopefully Derrick's extremely successful there. But it'll be nice to see him, next Saturday, have him come back. I think he'll get a very warm welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Again, hopefully he has a big game, but hopefully the Pelicans lose by 32.
Yeah, totally. And hopefully he has 32 points.
That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So we actually went to Phoenix when, the first time the Jazz faced Ricky Rubio.
Yep.
That was kind of cool to see. I mean, obviously he was part of the core. He was a big part of the locker room. So it was fun to see that. It's cool to see Ricky doing well in Phoenix.
Yeah, he's somewhere where he's really needed. The Suns haven't had a real true point guard for a long time. They've just been banking on Devin Booker not getting them anywhere. So the fact that they have an actual point guard there in Ricky Rubio, they've also, Aaron Baines is playing really well. Devin Booker's playing really well. They've had a pretty solid beginning of the year. It's it's almost a little scary to me,
Yeah, you just don't know if it's real or not yet, but it's cool. And Ricky Rubio is in a better spot for him. As much as we loved him, I think we're in a better spot, without him on the roster.
Yeah.
But he got paid. He deserved it. And I hope that he does really well. Hope the Phoenix doesn't make the playoffs, but that's just because I want to see that organization suffer even more.
Even during the Memphis game, I was on Reddit just looking at the Utah Jazz Take Note Reddit page or whatever, and someone posted, I officially miss Ricky Rubio. And I was like, oh my gosh. Let's let it go, guys.
Yeah,
we have Mike Conley, who is one of the most beloved players in all the NBA in the entire league. I don't know, does anybody hate Mike Conley?
I don't think so, but you had those friends where they had a girlfriend, they break up, they're talking bad about him, but somehow they always end up back together and they come around and they only remember the good times. So yeah. I think some fans, right? It is kind of a breakup, but their memory just goes a little bit and they only remember the good times, because there was some good times with Ricky.
There was also some very bad times. There were some very frustrating stretches of time when it was very frustrating to have him as a main point of our basketball team.
Really painful. But, before that game, he met up with Joe, and Joe mentioned that Ricky just I don't know half those guys on the team anymore.
Yeah.
So that brings me back to the realization that we've still got some chemistry to work out. We've still got some new guys, a lot of new guys, right? So maybe this 10 to 15, talking myself into 20 games to let these guys really put it together is fair. Anyone else you really want to see? We saw Alec Burks that, is getting a shot in San Francisco. And I think that's cool because he's a good dude, and he potentially could, I think, play a role on the right team.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's getting a chance to re-energize his career, showcase some of the things that he can do. He's going to be back in here this week. And then you and I briefly touched on this, but Korver came back. He hasn't had a stellar year, and who knows if he's going to really play a role on the Bucks.
Yeah, he's kind of a glue guy there too, right?
I think so. And he mentioned, surprisingly, he actually I think was caught off guard that he was traded when he was.
Yeah. If you remember last year when they brought Korver in, that's when the shots finally started falling, right? It was like, for some reason, his presence kind of calmed everyone down. I mean, honestly, we could use that this year, but no, I think his career is obviously winding down. I mean, people thought maybe he'd retire even after last year, but he decided to give it a go. Ended up with the Bucks, who's a contender, so hopefully, good things happen there. But I don't think he's contributing to them as much as some of our other old players. For example, Jae Crowder. Just saw Jae Crowder in Memphis. He's playing a pretty big role on that team, man. I heard before the game that he's averaging like 19 points a game on a lot of shots, not shooting very high percentage, but he's getting his shots. He's Jae Crowder. It's what he does, right? So, I mean, he's having a good year for them. I think they're embracing Jae Crowder there. It was funny to see him, by the way, on the opposing team in Memphis, because there's all these videos online of like Rudy going up and trying to be like, hey, what's up? And him like swatting his hand away and Rudy just laughing, like just smiling the whole time, and Crowder just being serious and acting like, he's in the game. He's super focused. But no, it was good to see him. It sucked that we lost, but I don't know. It's weird because the Jazz, it's like they gave up. I mean, they turned over basically their whole bench, right? I mean, Ricky Rubio, it was a starter. Derrick Favors was a starter. But Jae Crowder's gone. Kyle Korver's gone. Grayson Allen's gone. Alec Burks is gone. Like, that's 6 guys that could really contribute to a team or do pretty well, at least,
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested or excited about having somebody back, shoot us a message. Tweet it out, whatever, because we know as fans, we enjoy seeing some of these guys come back through. Some of them we don't, so it could go either way. But before we wrap up the show, too, we want to touch on a few other things that are going around the league in general, but also on the Jazz. If you didn't already, last night was the release of the next Donovan shoe. It's going to be in the studio here sooner than later.
Is it?
Absolutely.
I can't wait, man. I was going to ask you, are you going to keep up on this? There's 5 pair in the studio right now?
The only dilemma that I have right now is the Star Wars version has only come out in kid sizes. And early on, maybe because I'm a little OCD, I decided every pair I wanted to get size 11s.
Right.
So I don't know if they're going to release the adult sizes, if I need to just gamble and get one of the kid sizes.
Yeah.
Because I've got to stay on top of this. This is, one of the top priorities in my life, really.
Yeah. Do you think they'll make the lightsaber edition in adult sizes, or?
That's what I'm scared about.
What about Purple Mountains, dude? Are you going to get those anytime soon? Are those out?
They're not out yet.
Come on, man.
We got a couple more weeks.
I've seen them. I've seen people wearing them.
They're not the real ones.
Okay. The ones that just came out, they're the bright yellow ones, right?
Engine
45 or whatever they're called.
Right.
I don't know. Do you like them? Rank them really quick. No, I'm just kidding. How do you feel about this new colorway?
I do like it.
I
like the yellow.
Yeah.
My boy just got some of the red ones, the Ironmans.
Oh, nice.
Those are good looking. I've been wearing my black and white ones just because I'm boring.
Right. Yeah.
I like those shoes.
So it's a shame that the Halloween ones didn't come out, the orange and black. Those ones were pretty cool.
It is. And there's still some rumors that those might be released along with some City Edition jersey tweaks. Who knows what's going on there? I mean, we want to drop Jazz Fan Show bombs, but I can't get a handle on what's going on with the City jerseys.
We're not going to fit in here at a certain point, Ryan. It's
That's
just
all
going to be overflowing. Our studio's going to be overflowing with issue 1s, because I guess that's fine. But let me ask you, on the whole team, the team as a whole, who do you think on the Jazz wears the best shoes?
Best shoe game, Royce O'Neal.
You think so?
I don't know. On the court, I couldn't tell you because I don't pay as much attention there.
Yeah.
But off the court, social media, Royce O'Neal has some serious shoe game.
I've been digging Mike Conley's shoes, man. Mike Conley has been busting out some shoes. In fact, there's some games where he's worn multiple pairs of shoes because he's not feeling right or something in the beginning. But I don't know. I feel like Mike Conley is kind of taking the top spot for me in terms of in-game shoe.
Fair enough.
Because his shoes are looking awesome. So
we'll give him the in-game award and then the other.
Right.
Other big things going on. So I'm from Pleasant Grove. And social media had a big story this maybe in the last 2 weeks, right? A kid from Pleasant Grove, I think he's 16 or 17, a younger guy.
A teen,
yes. that has been getting, I mean, I don't even know what the correct word is. I mean, he's been getting straight up harassed.
Yeah, bullied.
Yeah, bullied's a great word for it. And really, some terrible things have been done to him. And it seems like it's been a pattern.
Yeah, like multiple times there's been like manure, like horse manure on his car or something in the morning and stuff. And I think KSL's Ashley Kewish tweeted it out and said, this this teen's been bullied over the past little bit. And our guys, Donovan and Rudy, to the rescue, right?
Yeah, both jumped in. He's going to be at a game. I don't know if it's the next game.
Courtside.
But it is fun to see that.
He's joining the club with
Me.
me.
Yeah. You and him will be sitting in front.
In the club.
Yeah, in the club.
Sorry.
It's really cool that our guys are walking the walk.
Yeah.
We released a video really talking about this, and it was a cool video where there's some Utah icons in there from all different sports, about how we're treating people, what's important, I think, and being kind, really.
Yeah.
And to see these guys pick up on something that's happening locally and want to make a difference, I think that's awesome. And really, this kid deserves it. Who are these people that are out there that think it's okay to treat people like this?
Pleasant Grove, man.
Jeez. Doesn't make me...
What's wrong with those people? I'm just kidding. No, I know. It's tough. You hope that it all gets corrected. I don't think that that's what we're about in Utah. I think there's obviously some bad apples, as we've seen in multiple cases around the state. But I'm glad that, Rudy and Donovan were able to step in, and that we're able to kind of learn another lesson about bullying and being kind to each other. And no matter what, just making sure that everyone's kind of taken care of that way,
Yeah, I think it's important. And if anyone out there as a Jazz fan can see an area where people can pitch in, where people can help, we want to know about it too. We have a platform on the radio once a week. It's only for an hour, but if there's ever a time where we can use that platform to share a good message or help someone out, we're all for it.
Absolutely.
Reach out to us, let us know, and if there's something we can do, we'll do it.
I got one more thing for you, Ryan.
Bring it.
Carmelo Anthony is back in the NBA. Did you hear about this?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Portland Trailblazers giving the vet a chance.
Yeah, somebody must have needed a boost on the defensive end.
Exactly. What's funny is that when he went to Oklahoma City, all he really needed to do was just sit there and let Russ do his thing and hit some shots when he needed. And, how'd that work out?
Crazy.
It worked out really bad, right? So he goes to Houston, and everyone's like, oh, he just needs to kind of, do his thing, but let James Harden and Chris Paul do their things more, just kind of be there just in case. And how did that work out again?
Non-guaranteed contract this time.
Okay.
We're going over-under 10 games.
I bet I could see him sticking around a little bit longer with Portland, but I just think, all he really needs to do is sit there and let CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard do their things, and it might work a little bit. But the problem is that we've already tried that. This will be the third time in as many years. In fact, he wasn't even on a team for like a year, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't even get him in the NBA. So I know Donovan Mitchell was happy. I know there's a lot of people who still think that Carmelo is a good player and can really contribute, but I just prove it, I guess.
Yeah. And he is still a great player. Don't get us wrong. He's still a great player. But there's a reason why he hasn't been on a team for a year. And honestly, I'm looking at Portland being like, why not? I mean, they've got so many injuries that have happened this year.
Yeah.
They haven't found a formula to get over the top. So, I mean, for them, I can see, let's roll the dice. We're not guaranteeing him anything. And let's just see if we randomly get lucky and his piece actually helps.
Yeah, I look forward to beating him this year again. It'll be nice to beat him again. So
yeah, at very least, it'll help us have a better chance against the Portland Trailblazers every time.
Absolutely, it doesn't hurt to be playing Carmelo Anthony.
Awesome. Well, another fun week in the NBA. Another big week for the Utah Jazz. This next Saturday, let's come back on a 3-game win streak. We made it. I mean, we made it 3, but we've never made it a full week yet.
Yeah, it was the ref's fault. I got to say it again. I'm going to close the show by saying it.
Amen. If you're a ref, we've got this new rule for a reason. Let's try to use it. Let's try to make the right call. We get to review these now.
Maybe Rudy needs to slap another cup of water. Let's get mad.
Amen. Rudy, thanks for listening to the Jazz Fan Show. Thank you for joining us every weekday. Make sure you check us out on the Zone app. You're listening to the Jazz Fan Show, 97.5, 1280 The Zone, and the Zone Sports Network.